Live from Hazard, Kentucky, this is Jammin John's Wrestling News. Here's your news for Friday, November 30th, 2018. John Bradshaw Layfield went on Twitter last night and made some comments towards Cody Rhodes. It all started when John Layfield tweeted on Twitter, "Okay, not wanting a comeback, but I could beat Cody Rhodes any day in any match, just like I could have beaten his daddy. It's simple math. Now back to my Dallas Cowboys." He continued to tweet more tweets about Cody Rhodes, saying, "Got serious money on the Cowboys. I couldn't get money on Cody Rhodes if I tried. I'd kill Cody Rhodes. Please. Seriously, Cody Rhodes is a tool. Not in my league. I'm retired. But Cody Rhodes couldn't beat me if he tied me to a tree. Neither could his dad. And biggest bet is Dallas Cowboys at plus 8.5. Cody Rhodes is an afterthought. Sorry, I'm busy and making money on football." Cody Rhodes replied back to John Layfield's drunken rant on Twitter by saying, "I think JBL is drunk again." The WWE has announced today 2 new matches for TLC on December 16th from San Jose. The following matches have been added to TLC: Bobby Lashley vs. Elias and Drew McIntyre vs. Finn Balor. Also, another match was announced tonight for the TLC pay-per-view on December 16th. The Bar is set to defend their SmackDown Tag Team titles against the Usos and the New Day in a triple threat match. And so here is the updated TLC match card: Drew McIntyre vs. Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley vs. Elias, the WWE Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins taking on Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions The Bar taking on the Usos and the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey taking on Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch taking on Charlotte Flair and Asuka in a TLC match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Braun Strowman, pending injury, update may be replaced, taking on Baron Corbin in a TLC match. And in the main event of WWE TLC, the WWE Champion Daniel Bryan taking on AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Also, the WWE has announced that Ronda Rousey will be competing this Monday on Raw. Ronda Rousey will team with Natalya to face Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka. Rousey and Jax, of course, will square off at TLC on December 16th. Matt Hardy recently made a bid to become the next general manager of Monday Night Raw. Matt Hardy tweeted, "Give me an old retweet if you think I'm the most wonderful Raw GM that WWE could ever have." I'd definitely like to see broken Matt Hardy as the general manager of Monday Night Raw. Could you imagine that? Man, it'd be wonderful. Anyways, the Knoxville News Centel reports that Kane, also known as Glenn Jacobs, is scheduled to be at WWE's event in Knoxville, Tennessee on January 12th. The WWE will be presenting a $100,000 check to a local non-profit organization in exchange for Kane appearing at WWE Crown Jewel. Kane is expected to continue making occasional WWE appearances while serving his term as mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. Edge recently did an interview with SportsIllustrated.com, and here are a few highlights from that interview. On Roman Reigns' leukemia diagnosis, Edge said, "I had to retire due to injury, but in this case we're talking life or death. This is leukemia, a thing you don't expect to hear from a guy who is in the prime of his career and looks like a superhero. The first thing I felt when I heard the news was sad, but I don't think Roman wants people to feel that way. I feel for him, but the best thing he can do is surround himself with his family, and that's what he's doing. As long as he gets healthy, who cares if he ever wrestles again? I watched him on Raw and thought that moment had to be really, really difficult, but he handled it with poise and class." And on his SmackDown 1000 segment with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, Edge said, "It's always great to pop back, but I want to further a storyline. I don't want to just come back and do a comedy backstage skit. I can't physically put someone over, but I can feel very confident in my ability to tell a story through a promo. That's what Mick Foley does when he comes back, and that's what I want to do. So when I heard I was with Becky and Charlotte, they have one of the best stories in wrestling right now, and I knew I could help further their story along." And finally, here on Jammin John's Wrestling News, during his latest podcast, Jim Ross had some high praise for Asuka by saying, "Got a lot of marquee value, got a lot of sizzle. And I got a lot of feeling with Dave Finlay at the steering wheel that they will probably have one hell of a SmackDown Championship match coming up at TLC. The one thing about this scenario, whether you agree with the freeway or not, is the fact that Asuka is a major star, that somehow that got lost along the way after WrestleMania. Jim Ross continued on by saying, just one of those things that can be explained in a lot of different ways. I'm sure there's a lot of right answers, but the bottom line is that Asuka should be in the mix of all the top women competing currently in WWE. She's big money. Thanks to WrestlingInc.com for the quotes. That is your news for Friday, November 30th, 2018. Check back here Monday in December for another Jammin' John's Wrestling News Flash Briefing on Amazon Alexa devices, Spotify, YouTube, and Stitcher. Follow me on Twitter at John Caldwell, JONCOLWELL. Follow me on Instagram, the Jammin' John. If you'd like to sponsor Jammin' John's Wrestling News or your wrestling promotion, wanting to get your next big event out for the awesome power of Amazon Alexa, you can email me, jzcaldwell@gmail.com. That's JZCOLWELL@gmail.com. Big shout out to Ryan Hurdle and Tony Nelson for subscribing to my Patreon. You too can subscribe to me by going to patreon.com/JamminJohn. I have free packages on there ranging from $3 to $7. Not a whole lot of money. I would really appreciate it if you supported me a little bit financially. Once again, that's patreon.com/JamminJohn. This is Jammin' John saying thanks, goodbye, and have a great weekend, everybody.